All right, good morning to all of you. Can you hear me loud and clear? If yes, give me a thumbs up or loud and clear. L and C, please. All right, morning to you, Sharif. Morning to you, Peng Ming. Morning to you, Louis. Good morning to all of you. All right, Louis, hopefully you're getting better. Okay, guys, this morning MAO will be 1 hour and a half. So which means at 10 o'clock right now, we'll do MAO all the way until 11:30 a.m. Why? Because there's so much information that I want to share with you today. Now, since last Friday, we have our last MAO. Then, of course, Monday, it was a holiday, so no MAO. Tuesday, we don't have MAO. Okay, so that's why Wednesday today, I'm going to give you a super impactful MAO. Now, there's one particular segment whereby it will be talking about retail traders, okay? I mean, during the alternate market news, that segment itself, right, we'll talk about this retail traders because they are now the catalyst, all right, the reason why the stock market itself is holding up. I'll explain more in detail with loads of charts, and this is where it gets rather concerning. So because of all these things itself, right, I will share this with you during the alternate market news. But before that itself, I'll talk about crude oil. And of course, the same thing wrapper in is that I'm going to share some stuff with you that is likely going to blow your mind away, or you're going to pull some hairs off your head. And of course, some of you may be scolding me on the internet and say that, oh, guy, this guy is crazy because it doesn't follow what fundamental about crude oil. Okay, so all this information today will be all shared with you. So I can tell you this: the first 1 hour and 15 minutes is going to be a lot of news, a lot of learning, a lot of stuff. So if you don't like all this information, you can just stop now, okay? And then you just wait for the last 15 minutes later and watch the technical aspect of it, okay? All right, so all this information is already shared with you. So I already set my, give you my heads up, yeah? Okay. All right, so let's just start today's MAO right now. Okay, today is the 22nd of June, Wednesday. All right, now you can see that the picture that I have for you today, this morning, is a little bit not so nice for the morning. Undeniable, I think the one that basically will have you a little tingling sensation is the monkeypox that is now. Now, we all know that Singapore technically has our first import case, right, from the UK attendant, all right, flight attendant. And unfortunately, he did go around Singapore a bit before he was, he was diagnosed with that. So of course, there is a small potential that this has an outbreak soon, all right? So all I can say is this, guys, be very careful, and if you see something really appearing on your skin, on your facial, just quickly go to the doctor, all right? Don't just think it has nothing, but this is something that we had not seen for a while, so just stay safe, okay? All right. Then, of course, we have Elon Musk coming in, and he basically, again, a very simple word he used. So from 10%, he say lay off, now he say 3.5%, immediately the stock price goes up. I mean, it's damn easy to manipulate prices, you know that? One moment say down, one moment say up. And of course, who make the money? Obviously, the boys make money, because before they say the negative news, they sell first, right? Or they sell short. Then they say the negative news, the price comes down, you guys cut the losses, and then they buy it from you. Then after that, now they have bought enough, they just tell you, okay, change a bit here and there, 3.5, boom, the share goes up again, and you have to chase after the smoke. So I'm not even half surprised. You can say later on and say 5.5 again, things may change again. You know, it's just typically this is how Wall Street run this game, and I'll explain more in detail shortly through a stock itself. All right. And of course, we have Meta. Now, Meta, Mark Zuckerberg is trying his VR, right, for Metaverse. We'll talk about this shortly. And of course, we have the property prices. They are not really performing well in America. And of course, this is what we were talking about. When the property prices are also having problem, right, it will has a ripple effect across the board. And it's really happening right now as we speak. So all these information are there for you today, all right? But there's a lot more to go, okay? All right, so good morning to all of you once again. Let's go. Now today, for today's MAO, quickly get your friends to join us. Today's MAO, the content itself, you cannot find anywhere. I'm pretty sure of that. Because it's not only just market news, I'm going to share with you stuff that the most trainers will try to avoid. But I am going to share with you, okay? Live, okay? Cal going live. showing share loads. Okay. All right, just share my screen. Okay, let's go. All right, is market bottoming or in a 1,000-point drop from here? So let me ask everybody now, there's 59 of you right now online. Okay, what do you think? Do you think the market has bottomed? TMB. MB means market bottom. If you think that market gonna drop and you believe that it's gonna be 1,000 point from here, key 1,000, 1000. Okay, key your answer right now this morning. All right. Now the thing is this, I will share with you my final take, and it will be the last slide before we go to the market technical chart. And I will let you bring you through why am I having this view. All right, and of course I got all my reasons prepared. So it's the same thing that back then itself on June the 2nd itself, right? When I was telling people about my view, I get loads of people telling me that they tell me that things is gonna be wrong for me because they say that the market has came down for 5 months already. The market can't go down further. I said, okay, fine, never mind. It's very difficult for me to explain things where the mindset itself is not in the same level with the boys. The boys' game is very simple. They need you to go into the market so that they can get out of the market. It's as simple as that. When they want you to get out of the market, they'll force you out of the market so that they can come into the market. This is how the boys run this game. And from the last, God knows when, they have been doing this. All right. Wow. Okay. Sean said 1,005. Oh, okay, interesting. You see that? I only asked for one answer, either MB or 1,000, but usually people give me another answer. That's how market works. Okay, all right, cool. Let's continue. All right, I come to my answer later on. You will know my answer at the end of the before we go to the technical side. Okay, so again, disclaimer apply as usual, my friends. You have to do your own risk assessment. Okay, that means that you have to calculate your risk accordingly. You do not make mistake like say, oh, because I said this, I said that, then you don't do your risk management. I think that's very scary. Okay, risk management is very, very important. You really have to follow through. Okay, all right, very important. Let me do it here for a short moment. Okay, let me just do my screenshot first. Apology on that. No choice, I need to do some marketing for myself. Budgeted. Okay, all right, let's go. Now, this is a very interesting cartoon that obviously shows the bear market bounce. Now, the question is, why would there be a thing called market bounce? Why? Now, you must understand that if the market keep on coming down in a straight manner, it will freak many people out, okay? And you must understand, stock investors, in the word investors mean they buy and hold, right? Stock investors basically take up about 80% to 90% of the entire, what they call investment world, all right? Meaning, all right, that 70% itself are actually investors, buy and hold mentality, value investors. About 20% are traders, they buy and sell. And of course, 10% they are more towards the more of the adverse type, they actually short for most of their portfolio. So if the market comes down without any rebound, it will create unnecessary panic and fear to the market, and that will be very dangerous and very difficult for all the central banks from the whole world. And economy can dive and collapse literally if this thing continues. So that's why at a certain level there will be this thing called support level, and when that happens itself, right, it will rebound. Okay, it will rebound. This is very, very normal. Okay. But of course, once it rebound, right, and if you do not differentiate, you can't differentiate whether this is a big cat bounce or this is a bounce, okay, or you think that this is actually a time to buy, then of course, if the bear is still around, then you are going to be sent down to the bears, okay? So this is how we look at it, and it's from a retail point of view. All right, now, of course, I'll talk a lot of retails in very short time, but the thing is this, all right, one way to know whether or not, right, are we in the market bottom is this. Okay, now I think recently itself, right, I mean, usually my MAO, I draws about probably 60 to 70 people, and well, I was just telling my wife one day, I said, hey, wife, my numbers have increased to 100 plus people, and she said, well, that's good, I mean, they'll recognize you. So but I tell her, say, no, actually, right, when you see that happening, when my number increased, right, it's because a lot of people get scared. They went to other trainers and they got caught, and now they are looking for a way to, get an idea of what's going on. And because now I'm a seller, So they want to hear from me, and that is where the herd instinct comes in. So when a herd mentality comes in and you're watching my so-called MAO, right? And the numbers at 123 to 130, and by end of the day, I saw my total view can be 1,000 people watching it by the whole day itself. I know that we are near a potential bottom. Do you observe that? How many of you have observed this? That means that you notice that whenever the market is near is selling off, right? You will notice like my MAO itself with a lot of people. Have you observed this? If you observe this itself, right, key the word observe and put in some comment for me. Let me see whether you observe that. So that was the reason why last week itself, right, I was pretty confident that the market is near a bounce. And in fact itself, right, on Friday, I was really reminding thoroughly, keep on reminding through my group chats and stuff. I said, look, guys, take some profit off the table. I know that we're aiming 29,563, but I don't want to sell here. So that was where it was at 29,900, 800, I didn't want to sell. Then at 900, I didn't sell. At 30,000, I didn't sell, right? Basically, I didn't call for sell. Basically, I was calling you to buy. So because I will tell you that when everybody is on one side of town, there's a problem. And of course, when the quadruple reaching on last Friday and the numbers of puts are so heavy, I also believe that, right, the opposite will likely happen. So it seemed to happen again. So wow, only Louis has observed this itself. The rest of you guys, no one has observed this. Okay, so right now you can see how many people do I have now? I have about 77 people right now watching this. 77, okay, I do a screenshot here right now. 77, okay, let me just do a screenshot here. Okay, I want to purposely take it as a form of a guide. Yeah, I'm going to wait. I'm going to just screenshot this. 77 people watching it right now. Okay, wait. I put that. Okay, done. Okay, I'm going to put it live right now to show it to you. Can you see now? We have about 77 people watching me live right now. I see as you see Michael, you see as my supporter. No, not really. Okay, anyway, I purposely have screenshot this and put it live right now that you see only 77 people watching it right now. Okay, that's how it is because now market are buying. All right, now market is buying. Okay, clear my screen. Okay, continue. All right. So the thing is this, let me just now bring you a little bit of myself, okay? Let me share a little bit of myself. Now, I did during my NYP time, Nanyang Polytechnic, right? I took my engineering, diploma. I didn't do that well, honestly. I'm a CD student, all right? Honestly, yeah, okay? But the thing is that I love business, I love economics, all right? So I went to take my private A, okay? So of course, I took my private A and guess the result, okay? It's very interesting. And that's why I want to share this with you today. So what happened was that I remember that this particular teacher, okay, by the name of Mrs. Lim, okay, a very nice lady, very pretty lady. So, all right, she called me one day after school and said, Kelvin, stay back for a while. So, okay, I stayed back. And then what happened? I tell you this is a real life story, okay? So what happened was she gave me my economics paper and I failed. I failed my maths, my econ paper, okay? It was a F, big F, okay? Then to me, it's like, okay, I scored an F means that I failed and that's the end, right? So I was expecting her to scold me. But do you know what she said? This really changed my life, or at least I will understand why am I able to create this TWB crazy app. Okay, let me explain it for you so you can get an idea. So later on, when I do my MAO sharing, right, you can see the how it transcends over to that point, okay? So Mrs. Lim tell me this. Now, Kelvin, okay, you scored an F for your economic paper. Do you know why? I said, obviously, I said, no, I don't understand why. So she took out another set of test paper, which is done by what you call other students. Now, these students are the A students, okay? They previously were from Serangoon JC, but unfortunately, they flunked the first year. So they no choice, they left the JC and then they came to this private school. So what happened is that, of course, they know exactly how to score those points. So he gave me the paper. So when I saw the paper itself, I read through the answers, right? Then I just asked my teacher this. I said, look, but this one doesn't make sense in the real world. Okay, this is where the crux comes in. Then Mrs. Lim turned at me and she looked at my face. Really, this is a real life story, I'm not kidding you. She said this to me, Kelvin, sorry. Kelvin, now, be honest, okay? You are either going to be a failure in life, okay? If you continue to do what you're doing today, or you'll be a very different person that probably will succeed in life. Okay, at that moment itself, I kind of like lost really what she's trying to say. Then she added on. She said this, your economics understanding itself is not the normal. And it is so not the normal itself, is actually correct. But because in the real world, the demand supply law and how the economics is being run, you have to follow the book. The textbook tell you this, and you have to follow, because that is how you score your A's. But if you were to use your mentality to go into and write whatever you think is correct, then you're going to score an F. So the question comes in, Kelvin, are you going to score an A to pass your test to get your certificate, or you want to go through your same way that you believe in it, which is actually correct, but you scored an F? So think about this carefully before you take your next test paper. But again, before you go itself, right, I would like to tell you this once again, okay, Kelvin, this is how the world works, okay? So it depends on how you want to go with that. So how many of you, right, think about this itself? Do you think that now you can understand why are you here today? Because you always hear a lot of very interesting stuff from me on MAO. And MAO now itself, according to my friends, okay, a lot of people are watching it. I give the best deal of this. Recently, right, during my family gathering, my dad actually was watching MAO because he wanted to support me anyway. And his friend walked past him, and the friend actually told him, hey, this guy, who is he? You know, I do hear him once in a while. A bit funny, but not bad. That was how my friend was telling my dad, and my dad was like looking at him and thought, wow, kind of proud face though. Okay, so you got an idea now, guys, okay? Because I'm going to share with you some stuff that's really going beyond economics, and you probably will not accept it. You probably won't accept it at all. But then the stat and figures will show you something different later on. Okay, got it? All right. So now let's start, okay? Now we all know that global crude oil price now has basically been the main attention, okay? And recently the price came off a little bit. And because of this came up a little bit, right, it seems to have technically helped the world in a way by what the stock market coming off. Okay, fair enough. So it seems that the oil price stable will be the way to maintain the potential of a recession. So it's quite clear that as long as oil price doesn't go higher, right, it seems that the stock market will be okay, then there'll be no recession. I mean, this is okay, economics 101, so it's nothing difficult to understand. So you guys, if you say that, yeah, what's difficult to understand, this is totally correct, yeah? Okay, I know what you mean, okay? But let me just continue, you hang on with me, okay? Hold on, let me just, some, again, TA problem again. Let me just adjust this for one moment. The one thing is that when you stay at home yourself, right, to do this MAO, the only problem is that because everybody's using all the Wi-Fi's, so you get a bit of something get dropped quite easily. But it's okay, I won't mind. Okay, all right. Okay, so continue, yeah. Okay, let's go. All right, so of course, we all know that the crude oil price itself is going to be the main driver now because it's going to be a summer period, and US demand for crude oil is ever there, and obviously it's all right. No matter how much you put it in, there's a lot of buyers. Okay, so let me understand this once again. Okay, there's demand for it itself because that is equivalent to how the economy works. If the economy is roaring and people are moving, logistics is moving, administration is moving, then of course the demand for crude oil is going to go up. So the question is this, isn't that clear that if crude oil prices is going up because demand is there, if demand is there means the economics is doing well. So actually it's all right in my perspective, okay, in my own perspective, if the crude oil prices is going up, it's not because that the economy is doing bad. In fact, it's actually directly related. The stock market, the economy itself, right, is doing well because the demand of crude oil is there. So if the crude oil demand keep on going higher itself, the price goes up, right? That means that the economy is doing well. You understand my point? So this is how I see it from my view. So you can see how it becomes very contrary to what we know in the economics 101 law. Okay, you got an idea? Okay, continue on. This is only the peak of the iceberg, yeah? So we all know that crude oil, the cost of crude oil is expensive, and how it's, I mean, percentage of where it goes to for usage and whatever. And obviously it's all right, the money utilization itself is pretty high and stuff. Okay, this one we all understand. So I'm going to bore you with this, but I want to share this with you right now. Okay, now this is something that I picked it up early this year. Okay, so this guy says that not every recession is led by a 50% rise in crude. Okay, pretty cool. But every 50% rise in crude has led to a recession. You understand? That's a very good one. So what he did was that he showed the chart of crude oil prices, the Brent crude, between 101 to 111. And you can see almost every time when the crude oil basically increased by 50%, it is almost 100% without a fail that recession itself is just going to come in very soon. Can you see that? All right. Can you see that right now? Okay, so you see from 1970 until today, the last 52 years itself, it's never failed. The moment the crude oil price increased by 50%, from where it is, like example, like 30, let's say it's $50 go by $75, or $50 go to, $80 goes to like 120 example, that will lead to a recession. Do you understand this? If you understand this, key the word understood. UNDERSTOOD, okay? Because this is going to be very important, because this will lead you to know what is going to happen very soon. Because recently, a lot of people have been asking me about my crude oil view and stuff like that. I want to share, but I feel that it's so much information, and it's not a simple 1 + 1 = 2 thingy. So I decided to do it today, okay? And I want you to really think about this, okay? All right. So which means that, right, when you see the crude oil price, this is the real chart. This is from the source. It's from the one of the asset management itself, right? Okay, to show you this. Okay, so you guys understood. That's good. All right, I got 98 of you, but only 4% understood. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Michael, Anthony, Louis, and Luis. All right. Okay. Continue. You're gonna love this today. Okay. Now this is from Bloomberg. Obviously, this is from Bloomberg. All right, and this is actually the same chart, but it's updated. Yeah, updated. Yeah. So now what do you see now, guys? You can see now that in 2022, all right, which is now, the crude oil price of Brent crude has went past the 110 level, 105 level, sorry. So obviously it's all right. It's not going to be a difficult thing to know, but recession is coming in. Recession is coming in, right? Correct. Because if you believe in whatever you just hear, it's all right. Recession should be coming in. Wow, my brother Zhang Yaodong is around. Hello, bro. All right, thank you, Alex. Okay, this is gonna be very funny. Yeah, you're gonna twist your mind a bit very soon. Yeah. Okay, so that means that without a doubt, right? If let's say the last 50 years statistics shows that whenever crude oil goes by 50% and more, recession is coming in. So which means that recession is going to come in very soon. Because unless you're telling me it's all right, this chart is a lie, or the last 50 years itself is different. But you must understand that you will argue a point and say, oh, because last 13 years was Federal Reserve. But the thing is this, the last 50 years itself, the Federal Reserve got also come in with money, right? They also withdraw the money from the system. So it's not. So my point is this, something is cooking, and we all know that you like it or you don't like it itself, recession is confirmed coming in. This is without a doubt. So if the recession is going to come in, do you think money managers, fund managers will go in to buy stocks right now? Do you think so? Okay, that is the first point. You must think about it before I continue. Okay, this one is just only the beginning, still the appetizer. Okay, now take a look at this one here. Everybody, take a look. Okay, now this is a very powerful chart. I want you to take a look yourself. Okay, the one on top is the S&P 500. The one below is the crude oil price, crude. All right, can you take a look right now? The top is S&P 500, the below one is the crude prices, okay? Do you think that they are directly related or inversely related? Please key your answer right now. I give you a chance to observe the chart first, you let me know. Because all we know in Economics 101, that's how we talk about it, right? If let's say inflation is going up itself, okay, then therefore, all right, it will hurt the economy according to economists, and then after that, the stock market will be affected, right? But then my challenge was this: do you think so? Do you think the S&P 500 and the crude oil charts is actually inversely or directly related? Then I will show you something later on, and you will really blow your mind away. Okay. Now, before you jump in to give me an answer first, you have to look at the chart first, okay? Then you tell me, okay? Look carefully before you give your answer, okay? This is where it gets very interesting. That's why I love my Economics 101, my own way of understanding this itself. Okay, all right. Yes, if you say should be inversely related, you're absolutely correct. You will score an A for your A levels. Definitely, you will score your degree, your TC is going to get pass. You're going to get it. Oh, big A for that. That is if you are using that. Okay. So now let me now bring it to you live in person. Okay, let me show you now a very interesting thing. Okay, a very interesting thing. Okay, let's go. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Here's my chart. There we go. Okay, so this is the same chart that I have some to share with you, right? Okay, all right. So it should be inverse, right? Okay, yeah. Now let me ask this question. Okay, stock market and world economy itself, are they directly related or inversely related? Now we all know that, right? If the stock market is doing well, obviously the economy should be doing well. Am I right to say that? Or at least the stock market is doing well, the economy can't be too bad, right? This one we all agree, right? So if stock market equivalent to the economy, then obviously it's all right. You're telling me now crude oil and stock market are inversely related. Crude oil and economy is inversely related. So theoretically speaking, the stock market and the crude oil should be inversely related. And that's why your answers are there. Agreeable? All right, so let's watch this, everybody. Now, I just want to show you a few and you see for yourself, okay? Take a look. Can you see now what happened? This is where in 2008, crude oil price surged all the way high, all right, all the way high from here, all right, from $58 go all the way to $147, okay? Then, of course, what happened? Do you see that? The S&P 500 was trading at 1,300 back then. That was back many years ago. But the S&P 500 actually collapsed at the point whereby the S&P 500 actually collapsed, okay? And that was where the crude oil also collapsed. But do you notice this? But after that it collapsed, the absolute bottom of the S&P 500 and the crude oil is almost identical, though, which means that when the crude oil price recovers, the S&P 500 also recovered. Do you see a very interesting thing here itself? Okay, now the yen yet, continue, yeah? So we look at it, all the thing itself, right? You see this again? The S&P 500 over here itself, right? You see that? It was at 3,158. But you look at it, right? The next few days, the S&P 500, next few months, sorry, the S&P 500 dropped to 2,640. And that was where the crude oil plunged all the way down to the absolute low, almost to the 0 point. Remember that? That was back in 2020. Do you see where am I coming from? Okay. So now, if you understand what I'm trying to say itself, right? Take a look, everybody. Okay. Now, take a look. The S&P 500, the recent high itself is 4,000 plus. Okay. The crude oil price now is actually, that back then it was around $75. Now the crude oil price is at 109 to 110, and the S&P has already pulled back by almost 10 to 15%. Correct enough. So what do you think will happen? If let's say now, if this is going to be an interesting potential thingy, right? What will happen to the S&P 500 if the crude oil price comes down? Versus if the crude oil price instead go up itself, right? What do you think will happen to the S&P 500? Okay. So of course, some of you argue, say, Cal, you see over here itself, the crude oil price came down all the way, but the S&P actually, look carefully. You notice this, the S&P didn't move at all. During this period of time itself, right, in 2014, the S&P 500 was trading around this area here, about 2,046. But the crude oil price was trading about 104. By the time in 2015, the crude oil price had plunged down all the way down to the low of this $31. But you notice this, the S&P 500 did not even budge at all throughout the period of time in 2014. So again, the thesis of actually crude oil price coming down itself, right, is actually not exactly reflective about the economy and the stock market. So the inverse or not inverse itself, right, has a very interesting relationship here. So actually, right, if you think back carefully, right, you must understand the crude oil sector here itself. The crude oil sector, one whole sector, right, this entire industry, right, is one of the heaviest employment because they need so many people to do throughout the whole thing, from the palm attendant to the cashier to the one who go and drill the oil. You know how many people go on the rig every day, right? And they stay there permanently because of that. Do you know that basically it's all right, the industry, let's say from Shell to BP to Chevron to Philip Conoco, they easily have more than 1 to 2 million people working for them. And that is a very important employment context here itself. So you must understand that it is a very important sector here. And because of that, if the crude oil price actually goes up, right, the revenue of this company will definitely be good. And because they do good itself, right, they'll give more money out. And obviously itself, right, the stock market will actually goes up. So in fact, you look carefully, right, whenever the crude oil price actually goes up, the stock market actually goes up. Not directly, but it almost in the same way. So that is where the problem comes in. So do you want the crude oil price to go down or go up this time around? So according to Biden and friends, obviously he wants the market to, he wants the crude oil to come down, right? So if let's say we take it as a true thing itself and recession is already coming soon because of what you saw earlier, then if the crude oil price comes down, right, the stock market will have to come down together. Do you understand what I have babbled the last 5-6 minutes? Do you understand where I'm coming from? If you understand itself, right, press number 1 right now. If you understand that what I've been saying, because charts don't lie. Of course, the argument is that they will say, you tell me that, Kel, you see, when the crude oil price comes down, then the stock market is the time to buy. But my point is this, but you look at it, right, the process of it is the same. That means when the crude oil price was plunging itself, the S&P also plunged at the same time. Do you understand where am I coming from? So the question is this, if Biden and friends would like to bring down the crude oil price further, so what will naturally happen to the stock market if let's say this thing works in that way? You got my point, all right? So that means the next few months is out, right? We are actually at what they call a checkmate crossroad, whereby no matter what Biden do is all right, recession is coming in without a doubt, okay? Number 2, the stock market will likely be coming off. I'm not kidding you itself. So you can get my understanding here itself, right? So now you understand why recently the crude oil price comes down, which like last 2 days, right? You notice that the S&P 500 is still coming off a little bit overall. This is where it gets very interesting. All right. So if you find it interesting, it's all right. Can you key the word interesting? The what understanding is one. But if you find this interesting, it's all right. Key the word interesting. All right. Or key something, whatever you want to comment, and let me read it off, and so that I can see whether you guys understand where am I coming from. Okay. Can you do me a favor? Can you do that for me right now? Yep. Okay. I get some water for myself. Yeah. All right, so what happened is, that's why my friend asked me this question this morning. All right, a teacher, Kel, do you think that can we short the crude oil? But then if you short the crude oil itself, right, will the Dow Jones go up? Okay, so you know, now you understand why itself, right? Why am I now in this paradox here? Because I believe that the stock market is going to go down. And because of that itself, right, I believe the crude oil is going to go down. Okay, yes, because in my opinion, it's like that. But I also believe that the crude oil, if it goes up itself, will kill the stock market even further and faster. So you see, that's the difficult part. And if I explain it in wording, right, I think my friend will be lost. So I rather through this example here to show everyone today and let you feel and see for yourself that what is actually happening now doesn't make much sense, right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you guys for saying that it's interesting. Yeah. More to go. More to go. Promise you that. So you see, on the 2nd of June itself, right? On the 2nd of June, when I was actually writing this and I pinned it on my Trade with the Boys Facebook page. Now, the best part is this, okay? On the 2nd of March, I told you, Uncle Federal Reserve is start their run-off. Run-off means that they're going to do the tightening soon, yeah? And I told you, gasoline prices have hit fresh high, okay? And I wrote there on the 2nd of June that we'll see a 3,000 point move for June. So what do you think are ready for it? And the time itself, right, the Dow Jones was trading at 32,800. So dear ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a very interesting maths question, okay? If let's say the Dow Jones was 32,800, if the Dow Jones is 32,800, and I say that there'll be a 3,000 point, and obviously I'm trying to say it's going to be down, right? Can you do me a maths answer for me? Can you do me a favor? Can you answer me now? If let's say we take 32,800 minus 3,000, what number do you get? Can you answer me, please? If I take 32,800 minus 3,000, what number should you get? Please key the answer for me right now. I want a lot of you to try. 32,800 minus 3,000, what is the answer? Okay, what is the answer? Please key your answer right now. I would love to see your answer because a lot of people actually ask me this question and I'm totally baffled by this thing here itself. Really, I'm not kidding you. You'll be surprised. All right, so what happened? Okay, what happened is that the answer is 29,800, right? Fantastic, right? Not difficult, right? Okay. Now, how many trainers in Singapore dare to call for a 3,000 point move and actually say it that it will happen within a month itself? All right. Okay. How many trainers in Singapore dare to do that? To give you a verdict and also tell you that how long it will take. And I give myself only 1 month time and I give you a perfect figure, 3,000, right? So let's take a look, everybody. This is pinned on my Facebook page, so I cannot drop it away. Okay. Now, everybody take a look. Take a look. This is what happened, guys. The market itself, right, was basically doing a sideways movement. And I was telling you guys, this sideways movement is going to collapse soon, if I'm correct, because I believe in what I've been sharing. And of course, when the market breaks down, that was where the next few days the market collapsed. You'll see, I gave the call was on this day, the one in green. That's why you have this 32,800. It means not here, it means further down here. Okay, all right. Okay, not here. Sorry, my bad. It should be here. Yeah. Okay. So what happened? Okay, look at how the Dow collapsed, and within 5-6 days, the Dow really hit 29,800. The number that you just like. Look at it. I mean, this is no joke, right, guys? This is no joke. I gave you exactly the number. I pinned it on the Trade with the Boys Facebook page. And obviously, it's all right if you can count the maths. That's it. So that's the reason why when the price came down to 29,800, I keep on advocating to all my students around me and say, look, take some profit, take some profit, take some profit, take some profit. That's my point. And now I told you, right, usually the rebound will come with a doji. The rebound will come with a doji. Do you see that, the doji here? Yes, the doji is there. So the doji will happen on Monday, so on Friday. So that's why yesterday, when the market resumed trading, the market rebounded. So everything itself is actually transpired to you at MAO level. Correct? And if you tell me, say, Kel, I forget about this. This is pinned. This is a pin posting on the 2nd of June until today. It's still there. Okay, it's still there. So interesting. Yeah, interesting. All right. So because of that, right, you guys are like, okay, so how should I do now? Is it the market rebound soon? Let me continue and you will get my answers further. Okay. So now you understand, at least if anybody want to ask you whether am I accurate or not, right, bring them to this page, ask them to do the mathematics over here, and then bring them to the Dow Jones. They will know that answer is actually right or wrong. Okay, I'm not pinpoint accurate the point, 29,745 without answer. I can't do that. Okay, of course, occasionally I can do it, but at least the ballpark figure is there and the ballpark direction is also there. Okay, all right. Interesting, right? Okay, all right. Now that's not the end. There's still more to go. Today, MAO with lots of fun. So now the thing is this, I already told you that the fear and greed index is something I watch it very closely, and the fear and greed index starts trading at 20. And you can see now that we are at the base level. So yes, on Friday MAO, I already tell you that the fear and greed index near the base level, so likely a rebound will happen soon. And truth be told, yesterday the rebound. So I cannot understand why yesterday people are saying that Cal call for sell when I've been calling for buy. It's all there on MAO, it's all there on my writing, and it's everywhere plastered around. So how can you be telling me the other way thing? So to me, it's how it is. So the question is, what will happen and what must happen? If the market want to go down, right, the market must break below 20. That means that the market has to break below 15. Sorry, my bad. It has to break below 15. Then the market will go crazy selling. The market must break below the fear factor 15. Then the selling will really kicks in. All right. So you don't want to wait until it happens, then you react. You want to do it before you react. You understand? You have to do it beforehand itself. All right, so that's why for the US economic calendar, right, we're going to have a very important thing tonight. Tonight, Jerome Powell will be speaking at 9:30 p.m., exactly where the cash market opened. So I don't know what he'll be saying, but definitely, right, he's going to be very hawkish, okay? Because the reason why he put a 75 basis point is because he's hawkish. So obviously he cannot be doing things, but of course the last Friday we saw it, right? When last Wednesday when he was doing his FOMC meeting itself, right? The plunge protection team came in to support the market, yeah. So without a doubt, right, we can see the market going to be very volatile tonight. Okay. Then after that we have the initial jobless claims, and the market is looking at something a lower number, which I don't agree. I think it's a higher number. And if the high number goes up, right, to let's say 250, it will rock the market a bit, yeah. And of course, I believe that crude oil inventories itself, now you understand where I'm coming from. The inventories will play a part on the US market. And of course, again, Jerome Powell will be speaking again at 10 p.m. the next day. Okay, so Jerome Powell will be speaking twice. And that is after he had made his point on the 75 basis point. So which means that you really have to go and find a way to explain himself why he need to raise interest rate by 75 basis point. Well, purposely himself, he didn't do that. Okay, so this is going to be a very interesting week for all of us, and this is going to be fun. Okay, it's going to be fun. All right, so you can see from yesterday until now. Give me a minute, guys. Need to just blow my nose for a while. Just give me 30 seconds. Okay, for one. Okay, I'm back. Okay, sorry. One way to combat flu or sneezing is drink a lot of water. Really, it's all right. Probably can't get water. Okay, all right. So you can see from yesterday's Dow Jones, the moment it started opening bell, a moment open straight away, without a doubt, keep on going higher. Okay, keep on going higher. So this is very clear. It's program buying. It's definitely program buying. And why is it program buying? Because basically it's all right. This is how it is. It will rebound according to plan. So you can see now, right? Very interesting. Yesterday, all the sectors, everything from consumer staples to discretionary services, energy, financial, insurance, industry, utilities, real estate, and S&P technology, everything was up. Wait a minute. I thought that the economy having a problem right now just a few days ago. That's why Jerome Powell have to come in to talk about the market and raise 75 basis point. Why? Out of suddenly, wow, every sector itself is all good. Think about this for a moment, yeah? Think about it for a moment. And the thing is this, right? And the Dow Jones went up by 600 points, S&P up by 89 points, and NASDAQ up by 270 points. And all of them is at 2% on average itself, as if it's so well constructed, yeah? And the volatility index, surprisingly, is down by 2.7%. And again, look at the numbers here. Oh gosh, see, this is down by 2.7%. This is like up by 2.5%. So of course you say, but the supposed to be the CBOE volatility index supposed to be going hand in hand. No, we have seen that before, whereby the VIX went up by 15%, right? And the S&P did go up by 15%. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Certain thing doesn't make sense during yesterday's buyout. It doesn't make sense, okay? And of course, everything, okay, all goes up itself, including energy. Hey, wait a minute. I thought you just said, right, energy is supposed to be the one that contrary. If energy is going to be going up, right, isn't that supposed to bring the market down? No, you can see that. The energy sector was up by 5%. It's the highest among all the sector. Now, show you again, everybody, take a look. The energy S&P is up by 5.14%. It outstripped as financial, S&P technology, real estate, and blah, everything. So tell me now, again, tell me why energy prices is going up and yet the stock market is going up. Isn't that supposed to be contrary? It's supposed to go inversely, but why is it doing that? So you understand my point now, guys? See my point here itself? Does it make sense to you now? You see, everything here itself shows a very interesting phenomenon that if you actually listen to Wall Street and look at it from the direct face value, you won't be able to see the market. And that's the reason why I want to tell you more later on how this thing works. All right. So find interesting, right? You didn't notice that, right? Okay. All right. Okay. Let me just continue to do my anime. I forgot about this one. Okay. So Dow Jones jumps 600 point, S&P adds 2.5% from the worst weekly loss in 2 years. Okay, so let's see what happened. Yeah, So the thing is this, the stock market rose after a brutal week of investors assess a more aggressive Federal Reserve and rising chance of recession. So the question is this, when I look at this statement itself, what has changed? The market is still having aggressive Federal Reserve. There's a high chance of 75 basis points next month during the meeting. There's a chance of a rising recession now because why I show you the crude oil chart. So if let's say these two are still around, then why the stock market going up? So you're telling me it's all right. Last week it was because of these two reasons. That's why the market come off. Today the market is going up itself because the same reason is still there. Don't you find it's very amusing on this? How the boys play this game and just make us like fools. So the thing is this: investors fear that a rebound may be there, but some people say that right, it's just oversold. Now I don't believe in this, but of course I'll tell you the reason why it really went up. I'll show you that later. So out of 500 S&P stocks, 441 of them went up yesterday. Wow, 441 went up yesterday. That's a very big number. So obviously it's all right. Are you telling me that the market has bottomed out? But if I know that, right, market usually don't bottom out in this manner. You bottom out with some sector or some companies and slowly goes up. It doesn't bottom out together. Do you understand my point? All right, it doesn't make sense over here. And you heard me saying this, it doesn't make sense quite a few times already, yeah? Now, energy was the best performing sector in the S&P 500, up by 5.1%. The Brent crude futures up by 0.46%. Was WTI up by 1%. So guys, look at it, the crude oil price went up. So if the crude oil price went up, so you should have a stock market coming down, right? Because your economy should be bad, right? But did the market celebrate on the energy going up? Yes. So answer me now, guys. Answer me. Does it make sense to you now? It doesn't. So what you know versus what the market behaved is totally different. So share Diamondback Energy up by 8.2%, ExxonMobil 6.2%. This Schellenberger was up by 6% with Philip, right? And of course Halliburton up by 5.9%. Explain. I need some explanation now. Okay. So whatever it is, all right. When things doesn't make sense, it's all right. I'm gonna tell you this: it's orchestrated. It's orchestrated. It's programmed. So which means that it will happen again. It depends on which side they take. So that's the reason why Jim Cramer yesterday actually was saying something interesting. He says this: after all the higher rates and declining stock, right, we still haven't popped the housing bubble yet. So to Jim Cramer itself, right, he feels that Jerome Powell needs to keep the market going lower because the wealth effect is actually too powerful. And he says that, right, Powell hope that this rally won't last, or the home oil food bubble won't pop. Now, I totally have to agree with him with this. Jerome Powell will not want this rally to continue. Because if this continues itself, right, the asset prices still be there, then whatever they're doing today will be very waste of time. So that's why home prices, crude oil price, and the food bubble will have to come off. So now I ask you again, if the crude oil price comes off, then that will lead to the potential rally won't continue. Then obviously the stock market will come down, right? Do you see where I'm coming from itself? You see, it's all able to link if you actually look at it from a very different perspective, okay? So in short, it's all right. Jim Cramer says oil, homes, food, okay, all these running through market may be the reason why there's inflationary bubbles, okay? So without a doubt itself, all right, what do you think? All right, and I just realized that he is actually trying to say something here itself, and I just laugh over it, okay? So you can see today, Jerome Powell will have to front the US lawmakers to explain to them why this 75 basis points. So obviously now if you're going to meet in front of the lawmakers, you better speak the truth and speak directly. So whatever he said tonight, I cannot deny that, right? He has to be more hawkish than not. Because if not, the credential of his will not be there. So unless he's going to do this again, he'll purposely, get his plunge protection team to kind of push the market up while he says something hawkish. But my point is, if he do that, it's all right. These people will dump the stock later on. It's also a matter of time. You understand? So if he choose the other way around, he speak the truth, and the stock market comes down, then would that be great itself? That will make his life easier, and he get what he wants. Do you understand where am I coming from today? All right, tonight and tomorrow. All right, because it's a very different thing. On last Thursday, when you're speaking to people, you was talking to the journalists and the Wall Street guys. And the Wall Street get what they want, they have the stock went up. Now is the time where you have to speak the truth in a way, and we've got his plunge protection team, because if not, it's all right, it's not going to work. Do you understand? He's facing the lawmakers today. So it's a very different thing altogether. So now you understand why itself, right? Am I telling you so much today? Because I need you to cross-check with all this information. So yesterday, let me explain to you how we have traded yesterday. Now, yesterday, the KSI, our voice indicator itself, was red in color and it's uptick. So by right, it's supposed to be a selling day, all right, as long as the market goes below. But the problem is that the market opens, right, it's already opening above the MLP. And I told you before, right, once the market opens above MLP and trades above OP of the day, it's a buy, no matter how. But because KSI is red, right, we take partial profits along the way. All right. Then, of course, when the market breaks pivot, 30,273. Now, I already said this millions of times before already. Whenever the market is above OP and is above pivot 1, what should we do? All my TWB students, you are around right now, right? If the market is above OP and it's above pivot 1, all right, what should you do? Please key your answer right now. I want the SOP answer, the model answer, because it's going to be reflected later on the M15 chart itself. So this is very interesting. You know, I've been saying this millions of times to all my students, but still, students will come and tell me, say, Kel, what should we do again? Then I say that, look at the answer. Above OP, above pivot 1, the model answer is, I want everybody, those are my students, do me a favor. Can you key the answer right now? All right, can you see that? These are all my very powerful students. They're all keying the answer right now. You see, you don't have a, it's not, you see, a lot of time you notice this in other schools when they have their so-called market analysis outlook, right? Usually 99% is the trainer will just keep on speaking and talking, and then a little bit of only some interaction from their own student. Okay, but you cannot see this in TWB. In fact, it's right in TWB, right? You see my student will actually be doing a lot of sharing, and you will notice their answers are almost identical. You notice that now? You see, all my students now, they are all here today. There's so many of them, right? If my call is not good or my system is not good, it's all right. Why would they be here today? Okay. And wow, 127 people online already. Wow, my God, that's a new record number for this morning. Okay. All right, let me just do the screenshot here. It's a good thing to keep and reserve myself for next sharing session. Okay. All right, so the answer is above OP, CCRY buy. Every, okay, above OP, above pivot 1, every CCRY buy. Okay, correct or not? Okay, so you see, that means that all my students know it. But the problem is the opening price was already at 30,173 at the opening price of the day, right? Sorry, flying numbers. Opening price was 30,173. Then the pivot 1 was 30,273. So it's 100 point higher. So think about this. If the market is opening price 30,173 and another 100 point higher, right? So usually other school will call for sell because like, oh, overbought already, right? But not our school. Our school will say buy. And it's every color change, red to yellow, just buy. Don't care, don't bother, don't ask questions. Don't think, just follow. So everybody take a look live. Above OP, where's the OP of the day? The OP of the day is here, the white dotted line. What must you do? Every OP, above pivot 1, CCRY buy. So can you see this? Above OP, above pivot 1, CCRY buy. Above OP, CCRY buy. Above OP, CCRY buy. Can you see that? So in short itself, right, how many times we win? Okay, so this is a win, definitely. This one, did we lose? Well, not really, because the stop loss is supposed to be here. So it's not really a lose here, but okay, like half, you go halfway, never mind. Then this one is confirm win. This one is confirm win. This one is confirm win. Can you see that? So don't you know this is so simple? You just have to follow the rule. Above OP, above pivot 1, CCRY buy. Understand? It's that simple. So which means that, right, I will ask you a question now, everybody. If let's say it's below OP, below P2, what should you do? Everybody, those who have written in your answers earlier is all right. Can you do me a favor? Below OP, below P2, what should you do? I repeat the last time. Below OP, below P2, what should you do? Please key your answer right now. Then we go live into the market. Just a quick one here so that you will know what to do. Okay. All right. Hi, Freddie. Hey, hello. How's the little boy? Yes, Freddie became a dad. Welcome to the Dads Club. All right. Hope you enjoyed your first Father's Day. All right. Okay. You know, you notice that, right? I do know almost all of you, and I take the effort to remember all my students. Not everyone, but I try my best. As long as you interact with me, I will definitely remember you. Okay, and I take all the time and effort to even be part of your life, because that is how I believe things work and should work in the world. Okay. All right. So we have the answers coming in already, right? All right. Your answer is that, right? Every CCYR will be a sell. Agreeable? Okay, if you agree with this, what you just say to yourself or my students, now I'm going to go live to the market right now. Take a look. All right, take a look, guys. Take a look, take a look, take a look. This is the Dow Jones live right now, okay? This is the problem. Now, this morning, we already called for sell on the Dow Jones, and we are now up by 170 points in profit already. Congratulations to all of you, okay? So, FYI, we have a 30,223 on the pivot 2 today. Now, the opening price this morning is actually here, okay? Opening price is actually here. And now it has broke the MLP, the very crucial point. I told you, right, if the market breaks below MLP, 30,324 is a crucial point for today. Once you break it itself, right, likelihood the market will come off. So now we are very near to 30,223, okay? So what do you think will happen once it goes below 30,222, below 30,223? So do what you need to do, okay? I really hope that tomorrow you guys can tell me, KL, I make money because of whatever you share, okay? This is live. No one will dare to do such a crazy thing live at the moment right now, but I dare, because why? There's nothing to fear. If you are really good with your system itself, be open with it, nothing to hide. And I'm probably one of the most upfront, transparent person here. Right? Wrong, slap face only, right? Correct, we just enjoy together. So you see that, right? Lose money, I take responsibility. Win money, I cheer with you together. And the money is yours. Okay? Don't you find it pretty cool? All right, all right. So understand my point? Okay, you got a number now? Okay, skip. Okay, coming back here. So yesterday for NASDAQ, yes, NASDAQ, yeah. The same question asked again. Kel, NASDAQ, what should I do? It's an inverse pivot and blah, blah, blah. I said that nothing wrong, just do what you do. So what happened was, yesterday the NASDAQ was an inverse pivot, right? So what happened? The pivot 2 was pivot 1, but the number is still there. 11,246 is the pivot 2 number, aka pivot 1. So as long as the market is above OP, above MLP already is a buy, right? And of course, if it's above the pivot 2, in this case itself, right, because it's an inverse pivot, you just have to buy. And the KSI is green, have to buy. So yesterday, without a thought, it's a buy day. And you just have to keep on buying. Yesterday was a buy day. So you can see again, above OP, which is here, CCRY was a buy. CCRY was a buy. CCRY was a buy. Look at it. Now, not every trade itself became good, but majority of the trade are good. So don't you see that, right? Our TWB system is so simple. As long as you know some of the key formulas, some of the setup itself, right? Settle. So you understand why when my crazy app is going to come out very soon, right? Imagine if I choose Dow Jones classic trades, and then I send it to my computer. And after a while later, my handphone rings because it's a classic trade again. And I just have to follow through and make my money. And this is all fully customized using a handphone. That means that you customize what you want to see via your handphone. And the market, if it runs accordingly, will inform you. So you don't need to see the market anymore. You can do whatever you want, play your golf, watch a movie if you want. But if the phone rings, you have to take a look, and that's where the money comes. Powerful, right? This is where we're going on. All right, we are not those trainers who tell you that you can look at the chart, wow, and then within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and become an expert. I'm so sorry, we can't do that. I'm never near there at all. If I look at the market itself, right, I need to study, understand, really balance everything. That's why my MAO this morning, I started at 4 a.m. preparing this for you. How can that be? Okay, all right. All right, after that is we have gold prices. You can see yesterday gold. So yesterday gold is the same thing again. The market didn't go below P2 this time, but it went below MLP. So yesterday was a DJDD, right? DJDD means that the market will likely go to a directional way. And let's just see what happened during the day itself. You can see gold price was just bumping around yesterday, up and down, up and down, up and down. But if you look carefully, right, there was a star over there. So you just have to do a simple thing here by drawing one line at the high and draw one line at the low. And you can see very clearly that when the market cannot go above the line, you can see that it sell down. All right. And we stay below the support level, it sell down. So you see how it goes, right? Pretty simple. You just have to draw the line easily and you will know what to do. All right. So this is the TWB system. If you're interested to join us, all right, this coming Saturday, Sunday, we have our premier student class. Okay. So if you want to join and make money for the market, quickly do it right now. Okay. All right. So with all that as well, right, a lot of things talking about, right? Still a lot to go. All right, some local and global news right now, a very quick one, just and let you see something very interesting. I laugh over it actually. Okay, hold on, yeah. Moment, yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, first of all, okay, now of course it's not so nice first, okay. Now, first of all, we have our cases in Singapore. Do note, right? It's not kidding, yeah. Singapore cases, right? The new COVID cases went up to 7,000 cases. It was about 3,000 to 4,000 2 weeks ago. Recently went to 7,000, and already Ong Yi Kang already tell you that, right? So it's pretty good, right? It is. Now, it's no need to think, what's why? There's so many community cases now. Yesterday, a friend of mine was working in A&E, was telling me the numbers is crazy. Wow, it's really crazy numbers, okay? And of course, now Ong Yi Kang is trying to tell us to get our booster shot. I haven't get mine yet. So maybe it's time for me to get mine already, okay? Now, monkeypox, this one is the one that's kind of like a bit scary though. All right, okay, and you can see that, right, that there's this imported case and about 13 close contacts identified, but of course it's a couple of days already, so we don't know how much and how deep it's spread in Singapore. Okay, so these are the health matters, yeah, but I want to go something more interesting, right, which is this one here. Oh gosh. When I see this as well, I really laugh, you know, that I'm so sorry if there's any Malaysian here as well, or any Malaysian student of mine, please accept my humble apology, but I think this is really crap. All right, ex-PM, Prime Minister Mahathir says Malaysia should claim Singapore and Riau Islands. Oh gosh, my goodness. Are you okay or not? Are you Putin? Are you Xi Jinping? What the? I cannot understand this. I mean, seriously, it's all right. So undeniable, okay? When I saw this next picture, I really think I need to share this with you, okay? All right, let's take a look. Okay, so this is what happened. I mean, this is just for trivia. I'm not trying to be funny here, but I'm not trying to offend anybody here. Lee Kuan Yew is always one of the respectful guy I always respect. But it's just that when I saw this, I just laughed all the way for a long while. All right, maybe July, end of July, right? Maybe our friend can come out and talk to him. Okay, all right. So this is really, really very funny. All right. Anyway, just for fun. Okay, just for fun. Yeah. Okay. Now, Elon Musk clarifies that Tesla will only lay off 3.5% instead of 10%, and that's why the stock price went up. And the thing is, this is something very scary now. Americans captured in Ukraine could face death penalty. This is very interesting. Okay. This is where now things get a little bit funny now. Okay. President Zelensky says that he expects Russia to intensify its attack on his country while awaits an EU decision. And of course, seemingly now, right, there are growing concern, okay, say that, right, won't guarantee they won't face the death penalty. Now, if really, Russia, Putin go nuts about it and take down any Americans, I can tell you this. I told you before many times, all right, America will always stay at the side as long as American interest is not being, what they call compromised. But if someone get compromised, okay, this thing will change the other way around. So think about this, what will happen next. All right, think about this. Okay, never mind. All right, so Goldman Sachs raises inflation probability now and cuts GDP numbers. So we don't need to be Goldman Sachs to know this, right? Okay. All right, we already know already, right, about next few months recession is going to come in because of crude oil prices. Deutsche Bank also says that right now the inflation is one of the key points, and the CEO says it's time to be careful and recession is around the corner. Okay, so all these are things that we all know. But the question is this, we all know about this, right? Then why is stock market going up? That's where I come in again. All right. So Yes, indeed, Keng Hua, not call case are reported, and Anthony, I wouldn't say that. Okay, yes, elections coming in, and historically, he always do that. Yeah, Angeline, you know that, his little trick as usual. What's new? Okay, right. Okay, so news are over. This one, a quick one. Okay, now I want to share you something better. Now the alternate market news, and that's where I want to tell you more about how I see the market. All right. So are you ready for this alternate market news? Now, if you are not interested to watch this, you can just skip this for 10 minutes. Okay, you can skip all this for 10 minutes and come back in later. All right. If you think that you like if you really like my this alternate market news, you find it amazing, you find it interesting, you find that it's okay, it's something like a different breath of air, then can you key the word LIKE like? Okay, if you like it itself, key LIKE like so that I know that how many of you actually like my this MAO alternate market news. Now, alternate market news means that you don't find this on the mainstream media, and of course, it's all right. Why don't find mainstream media? Because the mainstream media cannot release it to the public. Because once you release the public itself, right, things will get very dicey, all right? So they cannot do that. They had to find way, okay? So for me, it's all right. I like to read a lot, right? I watch a lot of YouTubers. I pull here, I pull the information here itself, and I share with you. Now, because I'm not a YouTuber, I don't get money from this YouTube, so I can technically pull stuff. Because if I do it, if I don't do it myself and don't get the be original, then I must really spend a lot of time to doing it. But I don't have time, you see. I really don't have time, so I need to pull them away. Okay, let's go. All right, now why last Friday the stock market actually recovered? Let me explain this to you. Why yesterday stock market recovered and what happened last Friday? Now, because I tell you, right, on the 17th of June, I said that an unusually large quarterly expiration of US stock futures and options are on Friday to boost trading volume and add volatility. And normally it will trigger a relief rally at the end of the turbulent week because the market was selling off. Remember that? The market was selling off towards the quadruple witching. So because there's so many contracts available, right? So what will happen is that imagine if the market is a collapse, right? Then obviously those put warriors will win money. So what happened is that they'll turn it another way around and push the market all the way up. And that's why the market actually recovered. So you can see the very interesting thing is that, very interesting, the retailer, the put itself, right, is not a lot, but the institutions was very heavy. And the S&P 500 was, of course, coming down in a way. So the thing is this, with the put so heavy and the S&P already down, it's very simple. If the boys want to make money off this, they will have to buy back their position. So if they don't buy back their position itself, the market will have to recover. So that is what it is. And that's the reason why I inform you itself, right, to take some profit off the table. You understand? So this is how it works like. Okay, got it? Very interesting, right? But the media will not tell you blatantly like that, right? So the thing is this, there were three good reasons why the market actually rebounded on last week. First of all, there's a lot of options expiration, I just mentioned again. Then of course, we have a big sell-off of almost 2,000 points in 1 week. So of course, there's a bit of oversold, the market rebounded. But very important is the 200-day moving average, okay? The 200-day moving average was triggered on Friday and then it rebounded because the 200-day moving average is going to be a very powerful thingy, which you cannot play a fool with it. Okay, I'll show it to you right now. Give me a moment. Okay, got an idea now on this. I'm going to clear up here right now. Okay, moving average. Hold on, not very good with this one here. Hold on. I think the one that I have is not correct. Am I? Anyway, I'll show you that later on through the other chat group. Okay, so anyway, there's the market hit the 200-day average, and then that's where the market rebound. Apology for the time we stayed there. Sorry about that. So the thing is this, okay, this is where Jerome Powell will play a very big picture here. So this way, you must listen to me carefully. Yeah. Now you must understand that, right? Okay, Jerome Powell is like Thanos right now. He really need to whack the market down, because if you whack the market down, the asset prices, the inflation can't come down, right? So there's a very important rule that we all know, but people always go against it itself. Never fight with the Federal Reserve. When easy money policy, all right, you buy on every pullback. That means that when there's easy monetary policy, every pullback is always a buy. But with the tightening policy, it's all right. Every rally is a sell. Do you understand this? Do you understand this? This is going to be very critical and very important, my friend. You must remember this, because that's the reason why now, if you ask me why am I shorting today, because I was waiting for the rally. You see, the thing is this: a few days ago, right? A friend was asking me, Kel, why aren't you shorting the market recently? I said, look, we already make money from the market sell-off recently, right? So now what we need to have, we need the market to go up. Then my friend lost me. Huh? I don't understand. Yes, you need the market to go up so that you can short the market on every rally. Do you understand my point? In the market that's downtrend, you do not short when it's coming down. You short it when it have went up. So that's the reason why from in our trading, right, CCYR is a sell, meaning the yellow means the market must go up first. So do you understand now the power of this thing here? All right. So now you understand the sell, right? Despite last few days, the market has went up, right? Do you know that a lot of retailers are still jumping in? Yes, a lot of retailers jumping in. It's crazy because retailers are believing that the market will rebound soon. But you must understand a big problem here. In 2020 itself, right, when the market was hit recession, so-called, right, the market rebounded in less than 1.5 months. But now, if you notice this, from January until today, it's 6 months already, right? The market is still coming off. That means that the retail couldn't differentiate whether are we in a recession or not, because of the difference with what happened back then when the market rebounded in 1.5 months versus now already 6 months, they don't feel it. You know why? It's just like how you boil a frog in the boiling water slowly. The problem is this: retailers are not feeling it right now because they don't feel that bad. They feel everything is still okay. In fact, it's all right. Everybody's still feeling okay despite the inflation price coming in. We're still okay. So now let me share with you how the big boys play this game. A very powerful sharing itself. Take a look. Now, everybody take a look. This is the real company called Coolen, all right? It's a Hong Kong listed company. Now, this stock itself, right, has been down for a long while, okay? All the way been down, all right? Obviously, plus the China attack on some all the Chinese stocks itself, right? That bring the stock price down from a high back then of $13 all the way went down to as low as $3, okay? So it's down by more than 60 to 70%, okay? The point is this. Look at the RSI, everybody. The RSI already hit the high point, right? So by right itself, the RSI hit the high point, and the last time it hit the high point, the stock price collapsed, right? So how many of you will sell this stock? How many of you will sell this stock? I'm quite sure a few of you will sell this stock, right? Okay, now the thing is this. Let me now update you with some stuff here, okay? Now this stock itself, right, recently have changed its business model and go into this online merchandisation. They really get a lot of this Wang Hong, right? They come and sell stuff, right? And of course, because of that, it's all right. Wow, the social media comes in and every media comes in and tell you that, wow, this Xing Dong Fang, right? This is very good right now. Whoa, it's so good. Whoa, many people join in. Whoa, millions of people come in. Whoa, this, whoa, that, right? So because of all this brilliant marketing, the stock price shoot up. Take a look. Oh my goodness. The stock price, the stock price actually shoot up. So it was at $3 back then, right? Remember, $3, and the RSI was at a high level. The stock price shoot up all the way to $32. Oh my goodness, up by 10 times, okay? 10 times in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freaking days. Just 5 days itself, this stock price up by 10-fold. Oh my goodness. So think about this. You may say, wow, then those people who bought to make a lot of money, right? Okay, fair enough. But do you know that, right? How the price goes up first? Is it because people have to buy huo? I mean, doing online merchandisation will make money? Doesn't make sense, right? Because we've seen so many other companies doing that. So do you know what happened? Let me show you now. You know, this Tengshin, okay, Tengshin is one of the biggest investor. They invested in this company for longest of all and couldn't bring it up. But because recently South China market allowed this thing to recover a bit, right? My goodness, do you know what happened, my friends? Okay, when the share price was shooting up for up 10-fold, right? These people actually dump their shares. These are the people that dump the share. Right, they dump the share out totally. Although, and Tengshin made about 2-folds of the investments, okay, 2-folds, okay. All right, they dump the investment. Now you think that only one Tengshin only, right? Think about it again. Look at it now, the whole list. You can see that, right? Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Citibank, Citibank, Hui Feng is HSI, right? Hang Seng Bank. All right, and of course this is Credit Suisse, right? Don't know. All right, all of them dumb, all dumb on the same day itself. Bum, 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 everybody dumb. So the point I'm trying to explain to you is this: while you are looking at it from a technical point of view, and the share price keep on going higher, right? But do you know that the boys are dumping at you? And of course, no need to think one. All right, I can guarantee you this: it's just a matter of time this share will come to down here again. It's just a matter of time. The share price will come back down again because all the boys have already released it. And the best part, I tell you, one of the bank itself, I will quote who is that. They actually give a buy signal in the market while they dump the shares. My goodness. Of course, they'll say it's a different department here. Oh, that's a marketing department. This is the trading department. Bullshit. All right. This is pure bullshit itself. This is how the boys run the show. Understand? Because I'm going to tell you now something very scary here as we go along on this. Yeah, is why am I doing this sharing here? And this is really live on Hong Kong shares currently right now. You can go and check this out. The number is the counter is the name is 01979. I can't remember. Okay, go and take a look yourself. My goodness. Okay. All right. So the thing is this: while Tengshin and the Wall Street boys throw out all their shares itself, right? Shenzhen, all the stock players, the so-called retailers, jump in to buy the share. They jump in to buy the share. So when the boys are dumping the other side buying, oh my goodness. So who is there to hold the baby? I think the answer is pretty clear. Okay, you got my point now. Where am I coming from? This is real company. You can go and take a look yourself. My goodness. Okay. Now, why am I bringing this up, right? Because in this financial world, someone has to lose money. If you really expect that, you know, there's going to be a free gift in the world, you're joking with me. There's no free gift in the world. Everything, there's a reason for everything, okay? So now let's look at the real world now in the US stock market. The real stock market is down by 11 weeks of last 12, okay? Definitely it's boys dumping the position, okay? And the thing is this, but the boys are dumping, the ETF is growing. Now, who buy ETF? Obviously, it's not the funds, right? It's from the funds who collect the money. So that means that it's a retailer that's coming with the money, and the retailers are utilizing the money to, the fund managers are using the retailer money now to buy, and they are buying. So you can see now the number of the funds coming in is a very positive level for this, right? Just last week alone itself, right? About $6.6 billion of fund came in to buy all the small counters. Who will buy small counters for $6.6 billion? My goodness. So you can see now, right, the technology shares, the funds are actually getting out. Basically, it's all right about this. But the thing is that there are 800 million funds came in to buy technology again. So that's the reason why you saw yesterday the technology shares all goes up, right? But you understand at the same time, the financial stocks are going out. That means there are more financial stocks. Now think about this. Why are they getting out? Obviously, it's interest rate factor, recession. That's why the financial shares are getting out. So it's just a rotation of funds. But the truth is everything is clear. So now the capitulation is now getting closer and closer to credit. And once credit bursts, the next will be equity ready. This is why I'm telling you this. Things are going to get scarier as the time goes by. Because now capitulation has already happened on the crypto market, and we have seen it before. Whenever there's such a this sort of what they call capitulation, it's all right, it's going to burst. And now we can see it's happening. Now we are seeing in ARK, we are seeing in biotech, we are seeing in FANGs. All is happening right now. And of course, Bitcoin still got a lot of room to go. No, Bitcoin got still a lot of room to go. So companies like Tesla, MicroStrategy is all right. Honestly, today I'll be looking to short more on them if you ask me. So Right, so you can see now the high yield bonds is all right. The numbers is going crazy. The volume is at the all-time high level. And of course, the bank loan in credits is also at all-time high. So that means a lot of credit is ongoing right now. And when credit's around itself and interest rate goes up, then what happens, what you expect to see in the market. So all these information is all right, have more or less give you the feel of what I foresee coming soon. And of course, the retail inflows kept going higher while the S&P goes down. So think about this, the S&P keep on going down, but the retail inflows kept on going higher. So that means that retailers are buying while the boys are dumping. So what will happen very soon when the retail stop buying, right? Or they couldn't buy further and the price had to come down, right? Oh my goodness. Margin calls will be around the corner, okay? I repeat, margin call is around the corner. So now you understand why is that, right? The market is seem to be sinking according to what you see in fundamental. But why are we so high in the air? Because this is how the Wall Street is looking at it from the Titanic point of view. Now, of course, this is not a very nice joke because we know that people perish during this this unfortunate incident. But what I'm trying to share with you is just an internet joke here itself. All right, because of that, right? Imagine this will happen soon. Yes, it will break. When you are so high in the air, while the market is actually sinking, it's just a matter of time the market will break. And that's the reason why I felt that there's going to be selling again very, very soon. And that is where the investor psychology is always the same. When the market is coming down, it's all right. Any recovery, they think that it's okay. But after that, it's all right. They didn't know that. And of course, they will change their mind. And when the time they really get out of the market, totally the full capitulation, then that will be the end. So now we're not even near there at all. So we are not near the end. And of course, the worst part of this is look at it. The thing is this, the retail sellers are not selling. In fact, their portfolio is coming down. Now take a look here itself. Usually, if their portfolio is coming down, they will be dumping their shares away. Can you see that? When the portfolio is down, usually they'll dump away their shares. But the problem is, the share price is down the last few months, but they are not dumping, though they are holding it and they're increasing it at the same time. Oh my goodness. This is where, like example, right, you are holding and holding. Because the only way you're holding is because you are probably using on credit. You're buying on credit. That's the only reason that you're able to hold. But once the interest rate goes up, the share price goes further, the margin call will kick in. And of course, if you cannot pay, you have a problem. And the worst thing is this, now the retail purchase breadth is coming down. Not that they're not buying, they're still buying, but the thing is that they are now aiming a couple of shares instead. Rather than they do the block-based buying, which is the real thing of a real market, but they're only aiming at the certain counters only. So that's the reason why now you can see that the retail market breadth, right, stocks bought minus sold, right, is getting lower and lower. Because why? That means they're all aiming a couple of counters. So I can't deny this, they're definitely aiming Apple, Tesla, Meta, all this. But if this counter get hit one more time, the retail will jump, okay? So you must understand that now at the moment, the Federal Reserve dot plot is looking at 3.25% to 3.75%. This is already a dot plot. At the moment now it's 1.75%. So which means that it's at least another 1.5% to go. So let's say even Federal Reserve do a 50 basis point, you'll need 3 more meetings, right? So 3 more meetings to increase interest rate. How can the market be able to take this if there's 3 more to go? You can tell me that the market is priced in. But how can the market be priced in when we are all happy or enjoying our life right now? It's impossible. So the point is this now, based on statistics from one of the bank, it says that right at the moment now, right, okay, our PE ratio for S&P 500 is at about 18.3. And if let's say now, if this interest rate on so-called goes to 4%, that means that the S&P may have to fall by another 15% to go to the PE ratio of 15.5 to basically amalgamate. So in short, it's all right. There should be more selling to come if, let's say, interest rate goes up. So what happened is that Bloomberg came out with a very interesting EPS way of calculating this. Actually says that right at the moment now, the EPS at 18, the S&P 500 should be about 36.68, and we are right here right now, exactly the same price. So it's actually following the tap. But if the market really had to increase interest rate to continue go down further, then go to about 16 for the EPS, then of course, right, we will go to 29.95. That means that we're talking about 3,000. That means the Dow Jones have to go down by another few hundred points, really a few thousand points to be precise, for it to really goes down. So this is very, very scary numbers. And the thing is this is what they are saying now. At 3,006, you can do a bit of nimble buying, but don't buy a lot. Maybe at about 3,003, you can buy more. And of course, if you have 3,000, you can go on it, or you can say all in. Yeah. Now, for me, it's all right. I'm just going to tell you this upfront. I believe that the market is going to go down, and I believe that there is there's going to be some selling all the way down to 3,006. And after that, we'll take a look. Okay, not now. All right. So that's the reason why I'm saying this. This war has not been ended yet. There's still a lot more way to go, and you have to be careful, because already telling you, when the market is in a downtrend itself and the Federal Reserve is calling you to sell, you only sell on rallies. Okay, you don't sell when it's coming down. Got it? All right. So if you like this sharing itself and you got what I want to share with you, can you keyword got it? That means that, right, if you understand what I just shared today, the last 25 minutes, and you understand it as well, right, keyword got it. All right. So they go to the charts and we're going to end this session. Okay. All right. Because I'm running late itself, and go straight to the point. All right. Now take a look at this. Okay. I already told you that Dow Jones is now right. If the Dow Jones actually breaks below the 30,374 MLP, this level 30,223 will be very important. If it breaks all the way in itself, right, the Dow Jones can go all the way down to 29,765. Okay, so traders, take a look at this. All right, this is going to be very critical on this. Because I need to rush to take my dad to the hospital, so I'm going to be very fast with my sharing. If you cannot hear what I rattle, sorry, apology, but then you have to play back the tape again. Now for the Nasdaq itself, right, it has to break below MLP for it to come down, and it's happening right now. But it's still green KSI and yellow bars. It's going to be tough for it to come down unless the market breaks yesterday low. Okay, if the market breaks yesterday low, there will be some selling. Okay, all right, that's Nasdaq and S&P 500. S&P 500 itself is a scary one. S&P now has been trying to go up the last few days. All right, but it has also now break below the MLP. So you can see that yesterday all the buying has become risk. All the buying yesterday become fake. So if the market comes down later as well, S&P 500, it may go down all the way to 36.54, and that's a level that I think that it will have to go down to really do and perform the capitulation. Okay. Now the Hang Seng is down, right. This morning the Hang Seng went up initially, but now it's coming off. It break below the MLP. So I believe that Hang Seng is going to come down further. All right. Now Hang Seng should be supported around here at 21,129 because that is the MA30. But when the KSI is all the way red in color, right, the selling might be able to push it through if that happened. Because now we check the China market. China market now is beautiful. Look at my trend line. This is what I draw a couple of days ago. You can see the trend line that I draw beautifully. It has already impacted the market according to plan. And now if it breaks below the MA 200 level, it should be able to come back down to 14,000 once again. Okay. All right, the DAX. The DAX itself, right, I believe that it will come down today because DAX itself is actually showing what I don't like, is the higher low formation on the chart, but the KSI is red in color. So usually once a market break the low, there will be selling. I'm not going to be half surprised to see DAX going back down to 12,800 level again. I'm not going to be half surprised on this, okay? All right, because now we have some ongoing rumors that EU banks itself are not able to facilitate what they owe, and because the interest is coming in, it's going to be worse. Now, Nikkei is coming off right now. Nikkei is a very clear one. It goes below the pivot 2. So below pivot 2, below MLP, it's a sell on Nikkei. So Nikkei to come back downward itself is there. So 25,900 is the target that I'm looking at for Nikkei. So now it's at 26,174. We are just about 200 points away. Yeah. Okay. And of course, crude oil is the one you're asking me. I believe crude oil is going to come down. Yes, I repeat myself. Crude oil should be coming down according to what I tell you, right? So crude oil today has went below the MLP and it went below the pivot. So crude oil may come down all the way here, which 101 level, yeah, 101. So if crude oil comes down itself, right? Think what will happen to the Dow Jones itself. Think what happened, okay? It will not be what you learned in the Economic 101. Now, would the crude oil come down to $96 versus the BMB level? It is possible, but the thing is this: I say for crude oil come down all the way to break a lot of technical level. But if it comes down, right, that means our short on the Dow Jones will be pretty good, yeah. So you must understand the relationship here. Do you got it? All right, it's a very interesting way of reading the chart, right? So because everybody will tell you, hey, no, crude oil coming down, it's not buy Dow Jones. I tell you, it's a very wrong thing to do. Very wrong thing to do. Okay, not like that. Do it later, not now. Okay. All right, so what will happen to gold prices? Okay, gold prices, let's take a look. Gold prices now is kind of sideways, but likely going to go down because it will be pressured down. The dollar will be pressured down upwards south. So 1807 is my 1807 will be my target for gold today. 1807, yeah. Okay, sorry, my bad handwriting and scribbling was can't get my mouse properly today. 1807. Okay, oh shit, this is bad. Okay, now my mouse is not able to reflect this. 807. Okay, all right, understand this? Yeah, okay, all right. Gold is going to go down, and silver price is going to go down too. And I already tell you, silver price likelihood may have to come down to this point, $20. Now it's $21.43. I believe silver has to come down to $20 because silver is not the real demand in the market right now. So therefore, silver may have to come down a bit. Yeah. All right, last but not least, we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now coming off again. Bitcoin has came off, today is below pivot 2, right? Below pivot 2 is a sell. So you can see that if I put a chart to 5 minute. Okay, moment. All right, you can see, right? Below OP, below pivot 2, no matter what you tell me, below OP, below pivot 2, CCYR, sell, sell, sell. All right. So below OP, below pivot 2 is always a sell, and you can see that it's workable even on Bitcoin. Very easy. So how low Bitcoin can go today? I still think that Bitcoin is going to come down all the way to my target itself, and my target is 16,000. Yes, I say that it again. I believe that Bitcoin will have to come down to 16,000 to have the full capitalization effect itself. Okay, right. Then of course, last one is Ethereum. Ethereum is a doji directional day, so very good chance. But as the KSI is holding up, so I suspect that maybe you can see this price somewhere around here. Moment, it should be here. All right, so that means that we're going to see this coming down to about 7,780. Ethereum has to go down all the way, go down to 780, then we can see the market able to capitulate, and then of course that is where the market should be able to end, at least for this round. All right, guys, I'm so sorry to rush this all the way in, but I think more or less you understand where I'm coming from for today. And I really want you guys to make money for the market. I know the last few days is all right. Some of you are not making money because you didn't go long in the market, right? I've been telling you what to do. Hopefully you remember it today and you don't get caught. Remember this, crude oil and Dow Jones is not directly related. It's not inversely related. They're actually directly in a way. So you have to put them together side by side and then follow through, right? Sometimes they will purposely go against each other just for the fun of it because they need to show the market, right? But usually you look at it from side by side, they're actually quite in line, okay? All right, thank you all once again. This is Cal signing off. I hope you like this. If you like what I shared today, do me a favor, write a nice comment for me right now so I can use it for my marketing.